Breathe for a second. I see you trying so hard to prove you belong, to show you're ready. I see you exhausted from trying to get it just right, feeling like everyone will see through you if you slip once. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're human. It's okay to be scared when so much rides on your success, especially when family sacrificed so much to get you here. But the fear that says you're not enough, that's not truth. It's just weather passing through. Even self-doubt passes like wind through leaves. This anxiety doesn't mean you're unworthy. It just means you care deeply. And that's a strength no one can take. Let's hold that thought gently and breathe deeply. Imagining what it would feel like to lay down the pressure for just a moment. Knowing you don't have to fix everything right now. A bamboo stalk in the wind. It bends so deeply it seems it might break. But it doesn't. Its strength is in its flexibility. It sways with the storm instead of resisting it. You too can yield without losing yourself. You can adapt to uncertainty without letting it define you. When you feel that fear rise, remember, flexing is not breaking. It's resilience in its truest form. Every effort you make helps you grow into the person you're meant to be. You don't have to be invulnerable. You just have to stay grounded while you flex. In quiet reflection and patience, you can find a strength that holds you even on your hardest days. You've been here before. The night before a big pitch, pacing with notes in your hand. The voice in your head whispering, "I'm not ready, I'll mess up, they'll see I'm not enough." I know how that silence feels when a client walks away and you hear only your own doubts echoing. It's not just about work, it's about proving something deeper. That you deserved the sacrifices made for you. That you're worthy of the dreams your family held on to through everything. You're not weak for feeling this. You're someone who cares so much about doing right by others that you carry their hopes on your own back. But let me ask you this gently. When did you start believing you had to be flawless to be worthy? Who told you that stumbling even once meant you'd lose everything? Real growth doesn't come from perfection. It comes from choosing to show up, even when you're scared. From admitting you don't know everything but trusting yourself to learn. Is the bamboo in the wind? It bends. It doesn't fight the storm. It doesn't stand rigid and break. It knows that yielding is strength. You have that same capacity. To take criticism and learn. To face rejection and try again. To hear your own doubts and still speak your truth. Maybe a client pulled out unexpectedly. And in that silence, you heard your worst fears confirmed. But was it really proof you weren't good enough? Or was it just part of a life lived with courage? The truth is, self-doubt is natural. It's even helpful if you treat it like wind moving through leaves, not chains around your heart. When you sit with that discomfort instead of running from it, you discover you're bigger than it. You discover you can be honest about your fears without being ruled by them. You learn to say, "I don't know, but I'll find out." You learn to breathe when your voice shakes. You learn to keep going even after a no. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to grow. You're here to create a legacy of resilience. One that honors your family's sacrifices not by breaking yourself, but by thriving in your own way. Even self-doubt passes like wind through leaves. When you feel frozen, pause. hand on heart. Breathe deeply. Remember the colleague who quietly checked in after you lost that big listing. Remember you're not alone. Remember you're still becoming. Let that truth rest inside you like warm light on cold soil, softening what feels too tight. And know you can return here whenever the world feels too heavy to carry alone. Breathe in deeply now. Feel your breath in your chest. Notice the rise and fall. Let your exhale lengthen just a little bit. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Notice the warmth of your own touch. Invite your shoulders to drop. Let's try something simple. Today, let's name 3 strengths you bring to every challenge. Maybe it's your attention to detail, your empathy for clients, your determination to keep going even when you're scared. Say them quietly to yourself. Feel the truth of them settle in your chest. Now, imagine yourself tomorrow, facing the next challenge. This time, you're not fighting yourself. You're steady. You're aware. You're breathing. Each step you take shapes your legacy. Every breath is a choice to trust yourself a little more. Every pause is a promise to treat yourself with the same patience you give others. Let this be your pocket of calm. You can return to any time the noise gets too loud. A small refuge you can step into with each intentional breath. When it gets hard again, come back here. Why do you keep going? Because you're not just doing the work. You're building a legacy of resilience. One your younger self would be proud of. One your family can see and know their sacrifices mattered. You don't have to prove your worth to everyone. You just have to remember it for yourself. When doubt says you're not enough, speak back, period. I am enough because I keep trying. I am enough even when I pause and recharge. Each step you take shapes your legacy. Hold on to this purpose in the gentle spaces of your heart, knowing it can ground you when you feel unsteady. And remind you why you chose this path in the first place. Even now, this is still true. You're not behind. You're becoming. You're learning to flex without breaking. You're learning to trust yourself even when you're scared. Like bamboo in the wind. Deeply rooted. Graceful even under pressure. This journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. About showing up when it's messy. About choosing kindness when you want to give up. This moment holds quiet power within you. You honor your family not by sacrificing your peace, but by building something lasting. Something that reflects you. Your truth. Your resilience. You're not letting them down when you choose to pause and breathe. You're showing them what it means to grow. You are not behind. You're finding your own rhythm and walking a path that is yours alone. With every step, making room for your truth. You're strong, not because you never fall, but because you rise with care.